Alright, what's going on everybody? This is Bro Random. About to show you all a tutorial in Reason. Haven't showed you that one yet. I'm about to show you some things, how to connect them with the Reason, with the inputs and the outputs. Showing you how I connect it with the MicroKORG XL using the Vocoder. And then I'm going to be showing you my custom-made Talkbox, courtesy of Mr. Groove. And then showing you how everything's connected with the amplifier and everything. So, check it out. So for those that don't know Reason, this is what Reason looks like. It's what I use to make my beats. Right here, we got the MicroKORG XL. It has a built-in vocoder in it, but I'm not going to be using the vocoder today. I'm just going to be using the microphone and be showing you how I set up the vocoder inside Reason. Right here is a Carver PM 1.5. It's really old school. I got it used, really cheap. Basically, it's what I use to power up the Talkbox. So this is a custom-made Talkbox courtesy of Mr. Groove. I used to have a Rocktron Banshee, but the top kept on falling off and everything, so this one's custom made. You can see the top doesn't come off, it's pre-glued in there. Now here's the thing that I wanted to show you guys, that how I get all my hardware connected to Reason. It's called a Behringer U-Control UCA222. As you can see, you have I think it's called RCA cables connected into it, and I got a U-Control 202. They're basically the same thing. They use the same drivers and everything, but the 222 comes with the software bundle, the 202 doesn't, but they're basically identical. You have your outputs and inputs, monitor, headphones, volume. You have a optical output right here, things like that. But it's basically what I got connected to the Reason. So when you're using the vocoder for the MicroKORG XL, you can't use the Reason sounds and the vocoder at the same time. You either have to use the factory sounds or send the microphone straight into Reason and use that vocoder, which I'm going to show you right now. So how I have this set up is I have it set for bank B, A8, and which makes it into audio in, which makes basically just having the microphone going through to the sound. So you have to push exit, shift, and vocoder, which makes it you either have through on or through off. You want through off. So how I have this connected is the microphone is coming from the output of the headphones and going straight into the input of the UCA222, which then the Reason, I'll show you right now. So I'm using a PC, so if you push the tab key and you flip it to the back, you can see I only have one connection going in there, and you bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, and you can see it's connected to the modulator where you put your microphone in for the input. And this is a vocoder right here, and when you automatically set it up, I have it set up connected to Maelstrom Sawtooth for the vocoder. And you see how the vocoder set up here. It's a lot better than the MicroKORG XL because the XL uses 16 bands. You could set it up for 512 bands, things like that. And so that's how I get the sound coming in for the vocoder. I'll show you how it sounds like. Here's one thing that I wanted to mention about the MicroKORG XL that makes it different from the MicroKORG. It actually has a USB connection added onto it, so you can use it as a controller. So I just thought I'd let you know that. So you see I have the Maelstrom highlighted. It's connected into the mixer. So let's check this out. Alright, I'm going to show you a little test with the vocoder. See how it goes. Oh yeah. Yo. What you talking about, man? Yo. What? See what I'm saying? If you think this is an auto-tune, it's not an auto-tune. It's a vocoder. It's completely different. So just let you know that. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I got it connected to the Talkbox. Now here's the fun part. Flip it to the back with tab. As you can see, I got connections going through here, through here, through here. Comes back up into a mixer, and then this mixer is connected to the input of the U-Control, the Behringer. So it comes from the sound out of the computer from the USB straight up into the Behringer U control input, and then it's going to the output of the amplifier, and then the amplifier has the cord connections coming to the Talkbox. The sound is coming out from the tube into the end where the sound comes out from. Now we got all that squared up. I'm gonna turn on the amplifier. Got the switch going on. I got the maelstrom. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got the maelstrom connected. So as you can see, when I made that mistake, you got the sound. You got the sound coming out from the tube, right? So when you put the tube, you're basically making your modulating the sound with your mouth. So you can go with stuff like this. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. So you see what I'm saying? So I'll show you how to get the modulation set up for that, because that took me a while to figure out, but yeah, here we go. Okay, so my modulation settings for the maelstrom, which is what I use to make that vibrato sound in the Talkbox, the way I have it set up is in modulation A, you have it set up on sync, and then the rate is 1/16. I do double time on my tempo, so I'm not sure if it's different with everybody else, but the pitch is set at 12, and then I have the modulation to the right, all the way to the right, and that gives me that vibrato. Now, if you really want to do this, I can show you how to set it up in Reason, because it took me a while to figure it out too. So here we go. Alright, so if you really want to do this, here's my sound preferences that I have going on for it. You have to get to the Behringer and get the drivers for it. They're the same drivers. It says you can plug and play also, so it doesn't really matter if you get the drivers or not. But you go to Edit, you go down to the Preferences, and then it comes up to this page. You go to the audio, and then I have it set up in this audio card driver that says Audio for All version 2. And that's how I get it set up, because as you can see with my different audio settings, it'll either be the Behringer USB audio or my sound card. So you can't do that, so use the Audio for All version 2. You go to the control panel that's at the bottom, and it brings up this page. So there's this thing that's called Simple, and then Advanced. You want to click on Advanced, and then I have my audio card set up for Enable. Bring the menu down, and you see the Behringer USB audio, and you have that set up for Enable, and that enables you to have the inputs and outputs at the top. Now, to activate them, you have to go to Active Input Channels, and then highlight the Behringer, and then go to the output channels, and then highlight the Behringer, and that will give you what you need to get started. So hope this helps people out. This is Bro Random. Later out. Peace out and God bless.